Welcome aboard, Captain.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
So I hope you guys liked that little sort of cinematic-y intro thing that I just did for this video. I know it was probably a little bit long, so if any of you guys have stuck around to the point where I actually fucking talk about shit, thanks! But anyways, guys, today I wanted to address a topic that has only really come into my line of vision, field of view, whatever, in the past couple days as I revisited Subnautica and I was playing through and sort of messing around in creative, looking at some of the new content and whatnot, which it seems to be that a lot of that new content is story related, and quite frankly it is really quite amazing. Now, of course, with the whole setting of Subnautica and the fact that every time you load in a new world, it gives you a brief intro that sort of sets up the story or sets up the reason that you are stranded on the planet by yourself, it seems like there was always a lot more that they could have fleshed out in terms of the story and what happened to the ship and why you're on the planet by yourself and all that. And it seems like with the recent updates, they've been fully fleshing that out, and of course they've still got work to do and whatnot, but it's really interesting because it sort of brought something to my attention that I hadn't really thought of before as a method of storytelling within video games. Now, of course, the method that is used within Subnautica is sort of freeform storytelling, in the sense that you can kind of ignore the story if you want to, and you can just explore and do those survival aspects. So in the sense that it's similar to other open world games where obviously you don't have to follow the story, but at the same time the way they do it in this game, where just in that exploration and in that sort of open world gameplay style that people take on when they play open world games, it tells the story through that. So you might find, like I did, I found this massive installation, this massive like railgun kind of looking thing that I just wanted to go explore, and through exploring this massive complex, I was told a lot of the backstory and a big chunk of why the Aurora was shot down and what I am doing and what's going on this planet that you find yourself stranded on. Now, quite frankly, I really do enjoy this method of storytelling, and Subnautica seems to be a fantastic environment to put it to work, because obviously it is an open world survival game, and with it being so atmospheric and them nailing the visuals so good, it really all flows together in a way that makes for a really unique experience that you can't find really in any other survival game, let alone really just any video game to date. It gives you that whole sense of hopeless, abandoned like feeling of just being on your own, like you have no one to fucking call for backup. There's no like multiplayer as of this current build. As far as I know, there is no plans to add it, although I still stand by the fact that I think it would be kind of fun to have a co-op mode or something like that, albeit if they don't add it, it's definitely not game breaking, because the single player nature of the game definitely caters to that whole abandoned feeling of the game, and it really is, it nails that. Like I've mentioned previously, it feels fantastic. The atmosphere is phenomenal. That feeling of like, oh, you're on your own, and if anything were to go wrong, you're really screwed. Like, there's tons of alien life forms and big expansive alien buildings and ruins and all sorts of stuff like that, but you're the only one there regardless, is really quite an interesting feeling. And again, it's one of those things that most games can't nail, even though games like DayZ and other games in this survival genre do give you that feeling of sort of hopelessness or just like you're on your own. This game brings it to a whole new level in a way that, quite frankly, I fucking love. It's amazing. Now, of course, this isn't for everyone, but personally, I think that in this day and age of, you know, there being limitless survival games, tons of shit in early access that's either been abandoned or is being developed so slowly that there's really no point in spending any time with it, Subnautica is a huge breath of fresh air, considering that they're constantly updating this game. It's been in early access for quite some time, but at the same time, the developers are not like going dark for random periods of time. They're constantly on their social media giving you updates on what they're working on. They're constantly patching the game, and not even just like little bug fixes here and there, like big content patches, expanding the world, adding new landmarks, all sorts of things like that that make the game actually interesting and worth coming back to from time to time. Now, of course, in my brief time I was playing it yesterday, I didn't even begin to touch all the things that they've added since I've last made a video on this game, and I'm really looking forward to having the time to actually go and delve back into it and sort of explore the world to a more fuller extent. I might be doing that on like live stream or something in the future, because streaming The Division every single fucking time gets a little bit boring. But regardless of how I end up doing that, I really am looking forward to them fully fleshing out the story and sort of giving the player a background to all of their actions and whatnot, and perhaps even allowing them to make big changes in the world and perhaps progress to like some sort of end goal. Granted, I understand that this is a survival game, so having like a definitive end to the story or definitive end to the game would be kind of counterproductive at this point, but I would still love to see perhaps some big sort of not super cinematic like Call of Duty-esque moments that you can pull off, but some more like bigger changes you can make to the world as a result of interacting and learning information from these different alien installations and whatnot. I feel like that could be really very interesting, and even just the small little pieces and stuff that I explored in this first installation were really fucking cool. Honestly, it added a ton of new content, and just the stark contrast between the, you know, wild, like crazy, all over the place, very colorful underwater environments and even the island environments to this sort of very organized and stark, this like green tinted world that is the inside of these alien constructs. I'm really looking forward to going and exploring the other ones that have currently been implemented, and I'm looking forward to all of the new things they add in upcoming patches. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you want to see perhaps more Subnautica content in the future, if you could leave a like on this video and subscribe if you aren't subscribed already, I would really appreciate it, because believe it or not, I can see which video you subscribed from after watching it. Like, so if I see like a lot of people subscribe from this video, then I'll know that you want Subnautica or you came from it, okay? So just believe me, subscribe, please. I'm fucking dying here. Anyways, all jokes aside, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. I thought it was really fun just kind of doing a little like kind of musical cinematic intro thing. I like doing that kind of stuff. I think it's fun to make, and I used to do that in a lot of my DayZ videos, sort of, so I don't know, fun to go back to that. Anyways guys, I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that happens to be. Maybe it'll be Subnautica. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't fucking, just leave me alone, okay?